Why?
Because first you own it before buying.
Okay, so this is the point I want to raise now. It's permissible. It's halal. Many people think it's not halal. And this is the problem. When we have lack of knowledge, we make it difficult for ourselves. What the brother says is correct. But there is small issue here made it halal. We have two things. One is bay'ul al-ayn, something that you sell it specifically. So let's say I want to sell, let's say I have a black Mercedes. I want to sell you my black Mercedes. Now I'm selling a specific car, okay? So you can't sell it on my behalf unless if I give you permission. So if you say, I want to sell that black Mercedes with that plate number, and it's not in your possession, it's haram, as the brother say. Because you are selling something you don't own. يُدَبِيعُ مَا لَا تَمْلِكْ نهى النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام عن بيع ما لا يملك. But if you are selling a description of the item, you are not specifying the item, you are describing it, they call it بيع الموصوف في الذمة. This is permissible. You know, the Prophet ﷺ came to the Medina, and what was the main job of people in Medina? Farmers. Quraysh, business, merchants, businessmen. Medina, farmers. You know, the farmer usually doesn't have capital, lack of fund. So what they do, they go to rich people, to the merchants, and they say to them, okay, if you give me, let's say, 10,000 golden dinars today, I will deliver to you, let's say, 10 tons of potato after 1 year. Now the potato maybe is not already planted, actually it's not there. So they're selling something they haven't got yet. They call it bay'u salam. The Prophet ﷺ allowed it with conditions. So basically drop shipping is permissible. Why it's permissible? I have a website or platform, whatever. I put iPhone, or I put a t-shirt, or I put anything. I'm not selling that specific t-shirt with that number. No, I'm selling any t-shirt similar to this. Whether it is made already or is not made, whether I'm going to order it or not. Like the issue of the potato I mentioned now, which is allowed by the Prophet ﷺ. So they call it bay'ul mawsuf fi dhimma. So it's permissible to do so. I answered this because many people got confused. If you are selling a specified item, bay'ul muayyan, then you must own it. If you are selling a described item, bay'ul mawsuf fi dhimma, you don't need to own it. And this is something nearly agreed upon. I'm not saying something it could be okay in Madhab Maliki. No, it's agreed upon. The issue that people cannot differentiate between the two type of products, bay' al-mu'ayyan or bay' al-mawsuf al-dhimma. Now after that, there is another issue. Now if I sell you my car, okay? So you buy my car, and I'm supposed to deliver tomorrow. You haven't received anything from me. Neither the paperwork, neither the, you've seen the car, you're happy with the situation of the car, you paid the money, we signed the contract between you and me. Tomorrow I'm delivering the car, so you haven't received the car yet. There is no qabd here. So do you own the car now? Do you own it?
Yes.
I have only one student here, the rest are sleeping. Or is he representing you? Just answer. There is no punishment, no reward. Huh? Do you own the car? You own it. You signed the contract, you paid for it. It's your car. But you don't have full ownership. Why? Because you haven't received it yet. You haven't received it yet. So what does it mean? It's your car, but it's not in your responsibility. You are not liable for it now until you receive it. Which means you cannot sell it. Although it's your car, but it's still in a position where you cannot sell it. So buying the item is not enough to give you full authority to sell it. You have to buy it and possess it or receive it, then you can sell it. This is another issue as well. I'm talking about a specific item, not mawsuf al-dhimma, the one I mentioned at the beginning. Okay, I hope now you got confused, so we move to the next topic, which is more difficult than the one I mentioned now. The problem with the issues of transaction, I've noticed that many people, especially student of knowledge, they don't give the rules in this. And that's why people have issue with this. And when you speak about some topics, they say, where did he bring this from? I bring it from books of fiqh, it's already there. But the problem, our brothers usually teach aqidah issues, even fiqh, they talk about tahara, salah, but transactions, they don't talk about it that much. That's why people, it looks very strange for them. Anyway, now the issue of riba now. Riba is a major sin, okay? I will not talk about all these slides because it will take ages to finish it. Now, riba has two types. One, we call it riba ad-diyun, and one call it riba al-buyu'. Riba ad-diyun, that means riba that is happened or occurred because of debt, okay? And it has two types, riba al-nasi'a and riba al-qard. What does it mean? I'll just give you examples so you understand. You need a loan, you come to me, I give you 1,000 with the condition that you bring it back 1,100. So this is clear riba, and it is riba al-qard, because this riba or this interest occurred because of the loan. The second type, riba al-nasi'a, you come and I give you 1,000 and you have to bring it after 1 month 1,000, but you couldn't manage to do so. So I said to you, you either pay me now or I give you more time, but you have to give more money. So you give it after 2 months instead of 1 month, but 1,100. So they call it riba al-nasi'a. Nasi'a ta'khir. Okay? إنما النسيء زيادة في الكفر. So it's ta'khir, delaying the payment with the condition that you increase the money. And this is exactly the riba that used to be at the time of Jahiliyyah. At the time of Abu Jahl. This was exactly what they used to do. Do you have this type of riba nowadays?
Yeah.
Like, example?
Student loan.
Huh?
Student loan. Qard talib.
What's this?
Student loan.
Student loan, okay. This is a big issue. You choose the most complicated one. Leave this now, huh?
Credit card.
Exactly, credit card. Which type of riba? The riba al-qard or riba al-nasi'a? Exactly, riba al-nasi'a. You know your credit card. When you use your credit card, what is the process? They won't charge you unless if you pass the period that they give you to pay back. So sometimes they give you 30 days, 55 days. If you pay before that time, they will not ask you for more. If you pass that time, they will ask you for more. So this credit card, there's a condition which is ribawi condition involved. So about riba al-qard, do we have riba al-qard nowadays? Yeah, but what is it? The example of riba al-qard. The mortgage. What is the mortgage? You take 100,000, you give it back 110, for example. Exactly the same thing that used to be done by Abu Lahab and Abu Jahl that we do nowadays. But now we do it under the name of technology, under the name of development. They just choose different names. But exactly the same ma'asi used to be done by Abu Jahl and Abu Lahab. So this riba is the main riba. And this is what is prohibited in the Quran. They call it riba diyun. This is what prohibited. And actually, this is the main riba that all the hadith of riba is around it. We have something else called riba ad-diyun, riba al-buyu'. That is riba occurred or happened because of transaction, not because of qard, loan. Now, for example, if you buy my car and then you have a loan, if you don't pay me, I will charge you extra for this. This is riba al-buyu'. And also there are some type of products that riba specifically involved in them, and they call it riba al-fadl. This is prohibited by the Prophet ﷺ. It's not prohibited in the Quran, and that's why some scholars, some companions said it's not mentioned in the Quran. And they say the main reason of prohibiting these type of products to prevent riba nasiya. So the main riba diyun, is prohibited in the Quran. Why it's prohibited? Because it's clear it affects the society, it destroys the poor people, and it makes the rich people richer and the poor poorer. But this one is prohibited because it will lead to the riba and nasi'a. I will give you the example so you understand it. Now, the Prophet ﷺ in hadith, he said, gold by gold and silver by silver, wheat by wheat, dates by dates, barley by barley, salt by salt, should be hand by hand. Yadan biyad. So these 6 items, if you sell them, if you buy them, make sure you carefully deal with them because they have specific rules. Not like the rest, not like selling glasses or laptop. It's different. So, the first 2, the gold and silver, what is the illah, what's the wisdom behind stipulating that it has to be hand by hand? They say they are value. The gold and silver, they are the value of the items. Since the time of the Prophet ﷺ, how do we need this one's cheap or expensive? According to its price. Before, the price was gold and silver. No pounds, no dollars, no dinars, or our temporary dinars. So basically, they were the values of the items. So they said the Prophet ﷺ prohibited them because they are the value of the items. So what does it mean for you guys? What do you understand from this? Now, if you want to buy at the time of the Prophet ﷺ, gold, buy gold, he said to you, you must have the same weight, the same number, and should be hand by hand. If you want to buy silver, the same. Must be the same and hand by hand. But if you buy silver with gold, you can have difference in weight or number, but it has to be hand by hand. What does it mean for you? Think about it. Where does this lead you to? Yeah, it's riba, but is it permissible to sell pound, 100 pounds, 50s, with 120 tens? Is it permissible?
No, because it's both pounds.
Both pounds. So they must be equal and must be hand by hand. What is the proof? There was no pound at the time of the Prophet ﷺ.
But there's silver and gold.
Silver and gold. Is the pound silver and gold?
It's one currency.
But the equal same.
Same currency. 10 and 20 is the same currency.
Yeah, but you still, I'm telling you, the Prophet ﷺ did not say anything about the pound. Yes, Akhi.
But the pound and the gold, the same illah.
Exactly. It has the same illah. Pounds is valuable. It's money. And the gold was money at that time. That's why. I just want you to understand why we say it's haram to do, or be careful when you go for currency exchange, because it takes the same rules of gold and silver. So it has specific rules. It's not like when you sell clothes or other things. So that's why you can't sell pound by pound and you pay extra. It has to be hand by hand and you give the same amount. Pound by dollars, you can have $1,000 for 600 pounds as long as hand by hand on the same on spot. Because it's like selling gold by silver or silver by gold. I know it's a very difficult topic. This is not the main point. I just want you to understand there is a problem here. So if you understand there's a problem, is enough, alhamdulillah. So the 4 types of food here, wheat, dates, barley, salt, these are the main food at that time. So the scholars say any main food in a country, it takes the same rules, which means you are not allowed to sell wheat by wheat unless if they are the same and on a spot. When Bilal went to Medina, he had a good type of date. And he brought it to Prophet ﷺ. Say, O Prophet of Allah, taste this, is nice date. It's from Khaybar. So the Prophet ﷺ said to him, is the date in Khaybar all like this? He said, no. I had 1 sa', let's say 1 kilo of date from bad dates, and exchanged it with this ½ kilo. So what did he do? He got ½ kilo of good dates for 1 kilo of bad dates. He said, the Prophet said, oh wow, this is exactly the riba. He said, you shouldn't do this. You should have sold the low quality one, and from that money you buy the good one. You cannot exchange it. You cannot exchange it. So any type of these ones, you cannot exchange them unless if they are equal. Unless if they are equal. Now, why the Prophet ﷺ prohibited selling gold for gold unless if it's the same and equal and at the same time? Why? What is the wisdom behind this?
You know, these days in the gold shop, now you have all gold, your exchange is haram. Must be you sell it, get cash, then buy it.
Yeah.
It can be the quality or maybe the care.
No, but I said why? Why you think? What is the problem? What is the problem of say? Let's say you, Sulaiman, you have 1 kilo of gold, and I have 1 kilo of gold. You have made gold, and I have just what do you call it? The sabika in English, the main one, that the big, huh? Brick, yeah, the brick one, yeah. And I have you have gold, made gold, and I have brick. So sometimes the price is different, but it's exactly 1 kilo for 1 kilo. Why is not permissible to exchange it like this? Why do I mean? You have to sell the gold and get the money and buy the gold from you.
Because the value is different.
No. Because it will lead to riba diyun. You remember riba diyun, the one we mentioned before? What was that? What was that? Can someone tell me the two types of riba diyun? Yeah, what is nasi'ah? Yeah, well, give me what's the process of this? I give you a loan. Exactly. I will increase okay. And the other one? Yeah, from the beginning. I give you 1,000, I tell you to give it back 1,100. So when we give gold for gold, it will lead to what? I lend you 1 kilo, and you are, because what will happen, and we allow to give it any time, I give you 1 kilo now, Sulaiman, and I'll tell you to give it back after 6 months, 1 kilo and 100. So what is the difference between when I give you 1,000 and give it back to me 1,100 and with this transaction? What's the difference? No, just tell me. You said to give 1,000 and ask for 1,100 is haram. You agree about this or you have doubt? Agreed upon? No madhab here or there, something? Khalas, that's fine. I give Sulaiman 1 kilo of gold, and he will pay me 1 kilo and 100 after 6 months. So what's the difference now? There's no difference. It's exactly the same. So if we allow this and prohibit this, Sharia will be contradicting itself. So that's why the Prophet ﷺ prohibited selling the currencies or the values like gold and silver in the same way that will lead to riba diyun al-qard. I just want to show you the wisdom behind this. So basically, this one prohibited as a means, tahrim al-maqasid, al-wasa'il. You know, when you prohibit something directly or you prohibit something because of something else. Muharram li dhatihi wa muharram li kasbihi. Why do I need to mention this? I just want to show you that this one, riba al-fadl, is less muharram than riba al-nasi'ah. It's not as muharram as riba al-nasi'ah. And that's why the Prophet ﷺ prohibited riba al-fadl in some situation, like something called bay'ul araya. This is something you have to understand. Why? Because in some exceptions, when we talk about exceptions, we say, why is halal? Because we say this is riba al-fadl and the Prophet ﷺ allowed it in that specific situation or position. Okay, now, we said we have gold and we have food. Oh, sorry, let's go back here. Here. Now let me just stand up here. You see those two, gold and silver? These are prohibited because of the value, which means that any currencies will come here. The Prophet ﷺ said, when you buy gold for gold, two conditions. One is, must be equal. Second one, hand by hand. Tamathul wa taqabul. Okay? When you sell silver for silver, the same. Okay, when you buy gold for silver, one condition. It must be on spot, hand by hand, but shouldn't be equal. So you can buy 1 kilo of gold for 10 kilo of silver. No problem. Why? Because now the type is changed, but we are still in the same part here. Let's go down here. If you buy wheat for wheat, new nice wheat for old bad wheat, must be equal and hand by hand. Same with dates, like the Prophet mentioned, Hadith Bilal, same with barley, same with salt. But if you buy wheat for dates, what is the condition? Just be hand by hand, on the spot. But you could buy 10 kilo of wheat by 1 kilo of date. You understand this? Okay. You think this, do we still need, these things apply or don't apply?
Because these days, you know, for a country,
Yeah.
now you pay the cash, they give you the money to other country after a few days.
No, but I'm saying these things, do you think apply in our daily life or they
No,
don't?
No, no.
In some countries, yeah.
Some
Like?
Saudi.
No.
In Africa, in some part of Africa, some people grow granite,
Yeah?
grow rice.
Yeah.
In the ranges you went things are tough,
Yeah?
you can take your 5 grams of granite. And
Yeah,
make
that's clear because in this country. But even our countries now, sometimes you fall in this and without knowing that you are doing this. Folks, I give an example. In some people, especially Arab countries, you know, when they buy bread, they buy it by numbers. They say 4 for a pound, for example. And maybe here you have something like this. Let's say you go to the shop, you get 4 pieces of bread for 1 pound. You coming out, you look at them, you decide to change the 4 white bread to brown bread. So he said to him, sorry, I'm going to change them. How much the brown? He said, brown 2 for a pound. And how much the white one? 4 for a pound. So yeah, that's fine. You exchange them. So what happened now? What happened? Wheat for wheat with different weight. Different weight. 2 for 4. I'll give another example. You go to hotel, but this one will not apply riba. But it's a very issue, that a small issue that people do not recognize. When you go to hotel, you know, in the room, in the bar, in the room, they say you have water, you have drinks, you have this. You can have this complimentary, but the rest you have to pay for them. Okay. So if there is, for example, bread there, and you take that bread or sandwich, you eat it, then you buy something similar, you get something similar, and put it there. What's this transaction?
Like a gold to gold.
What's this transaction? Think about it. What did you do exactly now? What did you do? Done well, yeah. It happens, isn't it? Have you done this? You drank the Pepsi there, and then you put it back in the fridge. Many people do this. So what is this?
It's riba because
No, it's not riba. And before you go riba, now let's talk about this. When you took that water usually complimentary, but you take that drink and you drank, what happened now? Huh?
Loan.
No. They put the prices there. It's not loan. They said to you, if you use it, this is the price, isn't it? Yeah. So what happened now? You transacted with them now. You bought it now. Thinking, I'm going to use it and bring it back. No, you can't do this. The condition is there. The price is there. They said to you, if you drink it, this is the price.
you have to pay.
You have to pay it. So if that type is ribawi, then you are involved in another big problem. You bring another ribawi type and you put it back. I just want to show you that the life is not so easy, man.
Excuse me.
Yes.
May I ask?
Please, yeah. Anyone wants to ask? Because the time is short. So please, you can interfere anytime.
When you spoke about gold, my understanding from what you said is if you've got gold, it's not permissible to exchange for gold. That's prohibited.
With 2 conditions. You can. With 2 conditions. Must be same weight
Yeah.
and on a spot. You can't delay it. You can't
But
defer.
let's say if I've got 24 karat gold
Okay?
and you've got 24 karat gold,
Yeah.
why would I want to exchange to you if I've already got 24 karat gold?
Usually, where this take place, when, as I said to you, made gold for old gold, new gold, this will happen. But this people do, especially if you go to the market where people exchange gold, it takes place. Some people bring a necklace, that broken necklace. So they weigh it and they get a new one. Same weight, everything, but the price will be different sometimes. So it takes place. This transaction happens a lot in the golden market.
So in that specific requirement, if you're exchanging 24 karat for 24 karat, is permissible as long as it's the same weight and it's on the spot.
Exactly.
So does it mean that there's no profit element in there?
Yeah, there's no profit. That's in that specific transaction. Why? Because this will lead to riba. Will make those people lend you, or instead of giving you 1,000 and asking you to give it back 1,100, they will do the other way around. So we stopped them here. We said, if you want to make profit, go and sell your gold there, get the money, and make profit and buy whatever. Change the type of the product, that from gold to gold to money to gold. You can make profit then. We gave you the option, but we closed the door for those people who wants to make profit without from the poor people without making any effort. Now here, I will ask you, and just make sure that you understand what I said, which is difficult. Sorry, are you on a microphone? Why? Oh, for recording. Where is it? This one here. You want me to have this one, huh? This is the recording one, huh? Yeah, that's fine. My voice is louder than the microphone. خلاص. Now, here we have this table, okay? Ya Sulaiman. Here, now we said here, pink color requires immediate exchange and equality in weight, hand to hand. Two conditions. Here, we have blue color, where requires immediate exchange, but does not require equality. Circle, neither immediate exchange nor equality is required. We mentioned that when it comes to ribawi products, it's either must be immediate exchange and equality in weight, or it might require just immediate exchange, no need for equality, and the third one, no need for equality, no need for immediate exchange. Now, here, Ya Sulaiman, if you paying gold for wheat, what is the color here supposed to be? Is it pink, blue, or you put circle? Your name is Sulaiman? Or you helping your imam? So you get the points. Now we are buying gold for wheat, or paying gold for wheat to get wheat. So is this something that require immediate exchange and equality, or does it just require immediate exchange, or doesn't require anything? Circle. Okay, so here we circle. You brother here, what do you think here? Silver for wheat. You. Circle. What about here gold? Brother. Gold for gold.
Pink.
Pink?
Yeah.
So it means? It means?
Immediate and hand to hand.
MashaAllah, yes, true. And here? Anyone can answer? Gold for date? Huh? Circle? Barley for barley? Pink. MashaAllah, become fuqaha very quickly. I thought it's difficult. Yes, true. It's correct what you mentioned now. So you can see here. Oh, sorry, this is in Arabic. So, as you mentioned, when it is from the same part, the value, the gold or silver, if it's the same thing, gold, then it must have two conditions. If it's different, just one condition. When you buy from this first part, which is value, from the second part, the commodities, then there is no conditions. This is basically the riba al-fadl. Now, we need examples. Where is the examples? Okay, here. Now we start fighting here. Okay. So, these are the examples, just some examples of the riba, okay? Now the credit card, we mentioned that the credit card, the bank offer you money. Think about it. Why the bank offers you money? They love you? No way, huh? Maybe they become very good people and they just want to help you. Actually, they're not using their money. They're using your money to get money from me. You see, those people, they are the worst in the world. Sitting like this, and all the laws is with them. The laws make it compulsory upon you to come and deposit your money. That's why they're making it difficult to have cash now. I don't care about what they say, but this is the reality. They were squeezing us. No cash. Why no cash? Because of terrorism, because of money laundering. They're just finding excuse. No, because they want to grab all the money in the banks. So you are numbers. Your life is just in one click in the keyboard, you are frozen. Everything is frozen. So that's it. Your money is in bank, and they are making money from this brother who's struggling to buy a house from your money. And this is the financial system in the world now. So this is a credit card. They will give you many offers to have a credit card. Imagine someone is begging you, please ask me for a loan. Do you imagine anyone who can do this for you? It's impossible. But they know how to get you. They will say, take money, take loan, we give you this, 5,000, make it 10,000. They know you will never stick to your promise. You will miss the payment one day and you will pay extra. So this is the credit card. It's just riba. Clearly, it's riba, and they're doing this to make money from you. The mortgage is clear. They will buy you the house. They will not buy you the house. Will they buy you the house, or what's the mortgage, Akhi?
Yeah, they buy.
Huh?
They buy.
Nah, this is what I'm looking for. They're not buying anything for you. You know, the conventional banks, they're not allowed to buy and sell. They are allowed to loan and lend. That's it. To get loans and lend money. Islamic banks, they are classified as companies. That's why they are allowed to do business. That's why the procedure is complicated. Now let's talk about the mortgage now as an example. What's the difference between the Islamic bank, and now we'll talk about the real Islamic bank, the one or the financial company that's based on Sharia. I'm not talking about some mistakes happens here and there. Talking about people who understand the Islamic mortgage and they implement it correctly. And between the conventional banks. Now.
Okay, like this, house number 1, 2, 3. I want to buy house number 3. So bank will said bank will buy house number 3. First must be a bank on the bank, then sell it to you.
Yeah.
But this day some bank, they'll take the money from you, make the contract, then they're going to buy the house gone, so you miss it. So that is wrong.
Where is this bank?
There are some in Arab countries.
Oh, in Arab countries. Okay. No, that was happening before. Now, most of the Islamic banks, most of them, they don't fall in these mistakes because they are very common mistakes. They avoid them. They have another mistakes now.
Sharia compliant is like, I think they put a profit at the end, a fixed profit, and the conventional bank they put interest.
Yeah. So.
Interest, obviously.
Yeah, but is this the difference between Islamic bank, mortgage and conventional mortgage?
So they own the property. The Islamic bank own the property.
No, before you go far, just step back. What the conventional banks do for you when you ask for mortgage?
They loan you money.
Exactly. They give you 100,000 and you sign to give it back 110, for example. So it's pure riba. But what does Islamic bank do? The correct one. They use one of different modes of finance. One of them is murabaha. Maybe you heard about murabaha. Okay. I'm going China, okay, Uncle Arshad. I'm going China. You said to me, please bring that specific laptop for me. You give me the link and show me the company, etc. I said to you, that's fine. Let me check how much. I checked, I found it 1,000 pounds. I said to you, uncle, I'll bring it to you, but I will charge you 1,100. I want 100 pound profit. You said to me, that's fine. Now at the moment, is there any transaction that taking place?
No.
No, we're just negotiating. And I promised him, or he promised me, one of us was promised, unilateral, promised me to buy it when I bring it. So I went to China, I got the laptop, I came. Now the laptop is mine. If I lose it in the airport, who loses the laptop? Me. Nothing to do with you, uncle. So it's a real purchase, a real ownership. And this is exactly what happened. Then I sell it to him. Maybe he wants installment. That's fine. But we fix the price, we fix the profit, and he knows how much he's paying. Now he knows how much I'm making through this. It's fine. So the same if it comes to a house. He said to me, Abu Yahya, rich man, please buy me this house. I can't afford it to pay in one go. It's 200,000. Buy it for me, and I will buy it from you 250. He will suggest this, for example, 50,000 profit. But you need to be patient because I'll pay you in 10 years. I said, no problem. So we can't do anything until I go, buy the house, own the house, then I sell it to him. So this is generally speaking the difference between the conventional banks and the mortgage, the conventional mortgage and Islamic mortgage. Some people say, oh, it is the Islamic banks. I'm not defending them, okay? No, I'm not. I'm just trying to make you understand the difference. And you have to understand one thing. Islamic banks, they are not charity. They are not charities. They are there to make money. So people don't think, when he comes word Islamic, think, oh, something free. No. They call Islam, and I'm against it. They should call it halal bank. That's it. Nothing to do with Islam. Because some transactions in Islamic bank, nothing to do with the spiritual or the virtue of the fiqh, the maqasid al-sharia, the subhanallah, the highest level of wisdom in the sharia. They have nothing to do with this. But it's halal. I give an example. If you go to Islamic bank, not a conventional bank, and you apply for fund, I go and you go, okay? You have 10 kids and I have one. And my salary, 3,000. Your salary, 1,000. And we both apply. Which one will get it? Me, isn't it? And I have less children. And you have more children. Islamically, who's supposed to be helped now? You would have more children, isn't it? So, but is it haram? It's not haram, it's up to them. Imagine it's not Islamic bank, it's a person. Is it haram for him to do so? No. So I'm saying, calling it Islamic bank is confusing. They should call it halal bank, and that's it. It's halal. It's a halal transaction. Someone is dealing with halal. Any shop that's selling something halal. So the same with houses. The mortgage in the conventional mortgage is clear. It's haram. Even those scholars who allowed it in some situations, they didn't say it's halal. They say it's haram. Except some opinions in Hanafi madhab that about dealing with kuffar in their countries. This is another long issue, but I'm just talking, generally speaking, it's haram. It's agreed upon, it's haram, we cannot use it. Overdraft.
Just quickly,
yes.
The main difference between halal mortgage and the conventional mortgage is that the purchaser doesn't agree, like formally, that he's going to buy it from you. The transaction doesn't occur until after you've bought it.
No, the main difference is the conventional mortgage is a loan, pure loan. The Islamic mortgage is not a loan, it's a transaction, buying and selling. It's a product that involves and if you go HSBC or Santander, they will not care about which house you'll buy. Yes, they might need it for the credit check, but they don't care. They don't care. You buy a house, you buy a bar, you buy a disco, you buy a factory. It doesn't matter for them. You want a loan, they will give it to you and they make sure that you give it back to them. Islamic bank, no. First of all, they will check which type of product. If you're buying a factory of pork, they say to you, no. Even if it's halal transaction, but the commodity or the item is haram. Secondly, you will involve in buying and selling products. So you're buying a house. And part of it, what you mentioned, they cannot sell it to you until they buy it and own it. So that's why it's halal. This was one of the main mistakes they used to commit. Why they used to commit this mistake? Why do you think so?
Copying the convention.
No, not copying the conventional. Why you think Islamic bank, before, they sell the product to you before they buy it? Why?
Because they don't own it.
No, why they do this?
Guarantee payment.
Huh? Exactly, to avoid the risk. Imagine you are, forget about Islamic bank. What's your name, Akhi? Umar. Imagine, Umar, you are a businessman. I come to you, I said, there is a factory in Vietnam. It makes tubes of something in medical field, something that no one knows about it. which means if you stuck with it, you will not find any customer for it. I'm not talking about car, which is easy to be sold. No, something very, very specific. I come to you, the cost is 1 million, and you are bringing it for Vietnam. I'll give you profit 200,000. So I'll buy it for 1,200,000. How do you guarantee, if you don't sign a contract with me, when you bring it, I say, no, I'm going to give up. How do you guarantee this? You can't guarantee this. Imagine that the money is not yours. You are investing money of other people. So it's worse. This is exactly what's happening in Islamic Bank. That's why before, some of them, they fall in this mistake. They signed contract before they bring or buy the other item to avoid the risk. Yeah, it's not allowed. But there are other options. There are other options to sort it out. We're not talking about practicality, but alhamdulillah, it's avoided. I just want you to understand the difference between, and alhamdulillah, now there are many Islamic, or not banks, actually Islamic companies. They sell the houses according to the Sharia. And I've checked myself in many contracts with their companies, perfect. No problem. When I say perfect, as I said before, I mean halal. I'm not saying it's charitable. It's halal. They will make profit. They will benefit from you, but in halal way. Yes, Akhi.
Sheikh, the example you just gave, is that classed as riba al-buyu'?
Which one?
The one you just gave right now.
This one? No, bay' ma la yamlik. They're selling something they don't own.
That's not riba.
If they're selling, no, it's not riba.
It's just haram.
It's haram.
Okay.
It's haram. Bay' ma la yamlik, but it's not riba. Okay. Delay in currency exchange. We mentioned this before, isn't it? So we talked about qabd, receipt. Did we talk about it at the beginning? Qabd. Did we mention qabd? No, huh? Alhamdulillah, most of you are sleeping. I spoke about it at the beginning and I said before qabd you can't sell the product even if you own it. I am the only one who's following myself. Okay. Now, we mentioned the qabd. We forgot about something in the qabd. Qabd is based on custom. Urf. So what does it mean? If you buy my glass, okay? How do you make qabd? How do you receive it? I give it to you, you take it. If you buy my house, I bring it to you.
No.
You still have hesitation in this? When you buy a house, what do you do? Exactly. So I give you a key and go. If I keep the key and you go to the house, is this qabd? No, I didn't allow you. Okay? So they say it's based on urf. Now, what's your name, akhi? Your name? Mashhood. Yeah. Mashhood wants to buy from me 1,000 pounds. Okay? Mashhood in Leicester, I'm in Manchester. He wants to buy 1,000 pounds for $1,200, for example. He sits in front of his laptop, sign in to his account. I give him my bank details and beep, $1,200 went to my account. 1,000 pounds goes to his account. Is this qabd?
Yes.
Is this acceptable Islamically?
Yes.
Why?
On the spot.
Huh? Do you think there is someone in front of his bank waiting? When he click, he run away straight away to my bank and put the money there? Nothing, is it? Just numbers, isn't it? Just numbers move from here to there. It shows you that his account, the 1,200 left his account. And it shows me that the 1,200 came into my account. And again with the 1,000 pounds. So they call it qabdun hukmi. It takes the rule of the qabd. Because qabd based on custom. And now acceptable in everywhere that this type of transactions, the number is complete qabd. So it's fine. There is no problem with this. And this is very important when you deal with currency exchange. You can't do except this. Now, because all the money is in the banks, not in the hands, or most of the money.
Sheikh, but normally, with currency exchange, when you're exchanging, there's normally fees involved.
Sorry?
There's normally fees.
It depends. If the fees for the service is fine. Some fees is for the service. To understand it, just go back to the time where there is no banks. If we are making currency exchange and then we're giving someone to take it somewhere and we pay him for this, for the transport, it's fine. So if the fees for the service, it's fine. Even Islamic banks charge for the fees. You know, this ATM is chargeable because it costs money, and there are different services. So if they charge for the service, there's no problem. The haram charge is when it's connected to the loan. If it's connected to the loan, it goes up and down with the loan, then it's haram. But if it's for the service, real service, it's fine. Late penalty charge, is it permissible? No. What is late penalty charge? Huh? Nasiya? Nasiya, yeah. It's riba and nasiya. We don't want to mention. I give you 1,000, Umar. Give it back to me 1 week. You can't, it will become 1,100. Yeah, for delay. So this is, what is this? Do we have this in our contracts?
Some contracts, yeah.
I think maybe there is no contract in the UK that doesn't have this clause. In your phone, mobiles, and water, electricity, air, all the contracts are this. That's why we are so flexible with this. It's there everywhere. So do your best to avoid it. If you want to avoid this late penalty charge, you know what to do? Leave the country. As simple as this. I'm telling you.
But what about like car insurance?
I'm coming to car insurance. Well, I'm not making it haram, no worries. Huh? So if I don't finish, go ahead for car insurance. Okay, now we come for gharar, ambiguity. So we finish riba now. We go. This is the second type of prohibitions that you need to know in your life. Ambiguity, it means that uncertainty, or gharar means uncertainty or ambiguity. Okay, there are many things in this chapter to talk about, but I just want to make it easy for you. When you want to sell something, you need to make sure that you specify it, you know it. Now, for example, if I say to you, I'll give you what's in my pocket for £10. You say yes. Is this halal? No. Why? Could be gold, it could be watch, it could be nothing, it could be tissue. So this will lead to dispute, isn't it? And that's why it's prohibited. Ambiguity. Okay? Okay, if I say to you, I'm giving you what is in my pocket as a gift. You say yes. Is this halal? Yes. Why?
Not transaction.
No, it's transaction. Hadiyah is transaction. It's considered as transaction. But it's permissible. Why? No exchange. He's not paying anything. Either it's a tissue, or gold. He's not losing anything. So, this is one condition. Ambiguity is haram when there is a mutual exchange. When there's just unilateral exchange from paying from one side, it's halal.
So what if, for example, it's a bit of a weird example, but what if he conditioned that you have to say thank you to me after I give it you? Like, it's not money.
Yeah, it's fine, permissible. This is called shurut fil bay'. You can add any condition in the bay' as long as it doesn't contradict Sharia. So I tell you, I'll sell you this for £10. The value of this 20. But the condition to say thank you, Abu Yahya, when you buy it. It's fine. Halal? Why not? Okay. So the first condition of ambiguity, it must be in a bay', muawadat, not in tabarru'. You know, ju'ala. Ju'ala, if I'm sitting here and say, brothers, I lost my mobile. Anyone can find it for me. I will give him £100. You all go and run here, search and find. Then Suleiman found it and bring it. I'll give Suleiman £100. Then Uncle Ash started fighting with me. Why you wasted our time? Say, Uncle, I didn't tell you go. I just said, from my side, I will give £100 to anyone find my mobile. It was up to you to do it or leave it. You didn't involve in a contract from your side. It's from my side. It's ju'ala, they call it. So it's one of the Islamic contracts. Do you think this contract still taking place in the world? Like example?
Finder's fee.
Huh?
Finder's fee.
Finder's fee, yeah.
Like wanted people. Like if you find this person.
For example, and the big companies of oil, this is what they do. They go and search for oil for no price, just percentage if they find the oil in that specific country. Anyway, so ju'ala, now does it have ambiguity in this contract? When I say to you, go, if you find my mobile, I'll give you £100.
Yeah.
Is there ambiguity or not?
Yes.
Who say no, you should answer. And you say yes, you should answer. Explain at least. You say no, why?
Because there is no exchange of value.
Sorry?
There is no exchange of value.
But there is a high chance you don't find the mobile, isn't it? There's a high risk you waste your time.
There's no compulsion you to go and find it.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you go and try to sell, you commit yourself for this. There's ambiguity in the contract, especially from your side. There's a high risk for you. You waste 1 hour searching and you come back with nothing. So the ambiguity is there. But because it's unilateral contract, it's a commitment. I'm committed to pay. You are not committing to do so. It's permissible Islamically. But if I say to you, I am selling you my lost mobile for £800, and it is the value of mobile 1,000, and you say yes, is this permissible? No. Why is no? Because you're paying money now. You're losing money for a high risk that you don't find it. So did you understand the difference between tabarru'? Tabarru', I give it to you, or I commit myself, but you don't have to be committed to this. The second one, the second condition, and this you need it in your daily life, the ambiguity affects the contract if it's contracted on. Now the insurance, the brother mentioned the insurance. The conventional insurance is haram. Why is haram? Conventional insurance. What do you do in conventional insurance? What's the procedure? You pay monthly, let's say £100. And you might carry on like this 10 years for nothing. And you might, la qaddar Allah, you make an accident in one first year, you kill someone, and they will pay maybe 500,000 or 100,000 on your behalf. So it's like gambling, no riba, like gambling. Like lottery, isn't it? A lottery, what happened? You buy a number, you pay, how much they pay? £10? Everybody imagine, no, I don't know. Even me, I don't know. It's okay to know the haram, but wallahi, I want to ask them how much they pay. I have no clue, wallahi. But let's say they pay £10, okay? For that piece of paper which has number. So they lose £10, and they might get 100,000, and might get nothing. They might get nothing. Is this correct? So the same insurance. You pay £1,000 a year, and you might get it back through an accident or something. You might get nothing. So it's haram. Yes.
Is this similar to like Apple Care and like AA?
No, it depends. Now let me finish this. Then I will come to yours before we go far away. Now, so insurance is haram. Why is haram? Because we are contracting on something not clear. It's ambiguous. There's a huge ambiguity in this contract. We are definitely losing money, and we might get money back, might not. Like lottery, we pay money, might get money back, might get nothing. Because ambiguity is less haram than riba, the Prophet ﷺ allowed it in some contracts, like when it is subcontract, not the main contract. So let's go back to the time of the Prophet ﷺ. There are 2 cows, okay? One cow that is pregnant, the other cow is not. Now, if someone wants to buy the baby in the womb for £100, it's not halal. It's haram. Why it's haram? Ambiguity. It's ambiguous. It might comes out dead. We don't know it will be delivered or not. But if we give the price for the cow that's pregnant for 1,100 and the one not pregnant for 1,000, is this halal? Yes. Why is halal? Huh? No, yeah, it's bay' ashara, but why? Why we added £100 here? Because of the pregnancy, isn't it? So why we say it's permissible?
It's not the origin.
We are contracting on the cow itself. So if the baby came dead, the buyer can't say, why you cheated me? I didn't cheat you. I sold you a cow which is in front of you. That was included in the contract. They call it subcontract. So ambiguity is okay in subcontract. Can you give me example of insurance when it is subcontracted, not contracted on? La ilaha illallah. It's difficult to understand this. That's why I feel disappointed after every lecture I give. I find only 1 or 2 understood me. Huh?
كأنك تأمن على السيارة بس بعد أمن على السيارة وعلى السائق وعلى الراكبين.
No. Nice هذا. Yes.
Could it be like if a company burns down or something, and you have insurance on it? And
Say again. Say again.
so if a company burns down due to fire or something,
Yeah.
then they give you like
Oh no no
money.
no.
Plane tickets. If you buy plane tickets, you buy the cost of the transport,
Okay.
but it usually has a fee for insurance.
MashaAllah, that is perfect. Not only planes, yeah, exactly. You know, when you buy a ticket or you rent a car, you can include the insurance, even if the price goes up, but you are not contracting on the insurance. You are renting a car, you are buying a ticket, so the insurance, which is a contract has ambiguity, is included. So you cannot complain tomorrow, say, no, it's expensive, or I didn't get, no. You are buying a ticket and the insurance is subcontracted. So the ambiguity affects the contract when it is contracted on, as I said to you, when you buy the baby in the womb, not the cow itself. The third one, can you see it? Yeah. When it is a major in the contract. And this is where the brother was saying something about Apple Care. Okay, when it's a major in the contract, what does it mean? It's major in the contract. You are contracting on as I said, like I said, you're selling a bird. You see that nice bird? Do you want to buy it for £1,000? It's there, Yahya. You can't catch it. You see that nice fish? It's in the sea. I'm selling it for you for £100. Okay, can you get it for me? Oh no, you try your best. I'll just sell it to you and you go find it. This is gharar. This is gharar. You are not allowed to do so. But when we make it more specific, I have a fish in a pool in my house. Now, is this deliverable? Can I deliver this fish? Yes. So it's fine. Although it has the same situation. It's in the water, but now the wisdom behind prohibiting ambiguity is not there because it's deliverable. I can deliver it. So Apple Care and other contracts are similar to it. If it's clear, specified what's happening, what will happen, what they repair for you, it's permissible. There's no ambiguity. But if they make it open like this, or for example, when you buy a laptop from them, they usually ask you if you want a guarantee for 3 years or whatever, and they will include it in the price. Is this permissible?
Yes.
Sure? Sure?
Yes.
Sure.
Because it's included.
Why it's included?
Because
Huh? Exactly. It's subcontracted now. You are not contracting in the insurance guarantee. You're buying a laptop and that insurance is included. But if they make you a different offer for insurance that will include this and that, that will be, you are contracting on ambiguity. So do you understand the difference? Yes, Akhi. Alhamdulillah, I found someone asking from the back. Yeah.
So, for example, like home insurance with content and stuff, that would be haram.
What's this?
Like home insurance
Yeah?
would be haram because that's an actual insurance product.
Yeah.
Whereas an add-on, so the example of Apple Care,
Yeah.
iPhone,
Yeah. Home insurance, you are contracting in the insurance itself.
So, let's say
what
for
about
example
health
with the,
insurance?
1 second.
with the Apple Care, let's say for example they sell the iPhone with 2 years.
So the Prophet ﷺ allowed ambiguity in many situations. Not like riba, it's only in very specific situations. So the example now I'm giving now, the fourth one, when there is a public need, maslaha, for the transaction or contract, like selling the foundation of house, blah, blah. Now, if there is a general maslaha, we have noticed that the Sharia allows ambiguity in the contract. Can you tell me example? I gave you example at the beginning.
Car insurance.
No. Exactly. As-salam. Bay' as-salam. Bay' as-salam. Does it include ambiguity or it's clear? What's bay' as-salam? Can someone explain to me, please?
Said it before possessing it.
No, show me the hadith. What was the bay' as-salam and time Prophet ﷺ?
About the harvest.
Yeah. So the farmers, what they do?
They say I will grow it and then I'll sell it to you.
Yeah, they won't specify the land. They won't specify anything. They will just give the description of the crops or of the harvest, whatever. So they give descriptions. We will give you 10 tons of potato, that color. I'm not good in potatoes anyway. So they give their descriptions. Forget about potato. Let's talk about cars. I will say to you, Akhi, I will give you 10 black Mercedes, 2020, brand new. I don't specify plate number, something like that. Just full automatic, blah blah. I give you description. You pay me now 100,000, and you receive it after 6 months. Is this allowed? Are you car dealer, brother? Look happy like this. Okay, so why it's allowed? But there's ambiguity. The cars are not there. I might find it difficult to deliver the car. Because of the maslaha, the Prophet ﷺ allowed such a sale, and he allowed this bay'u salam. And this is exactly bay'u salam, and they call it istisna as well. They're slightly different between them. So the Prophet ﷺ allowed it because people will need this. Will need this. But the ambiguity here is less than giving you or talking about specific item that I don't own. If I tell you I give you 10 black Mercedes with that plate numbers, and I don't own them, there is a high risk that I can't get them because they owned by other people. But when I give you a description of the car, there is a high chance to buy them from Germany or somewhere with these descriptions. So basically, the ambiguity is less haram than riba. That's why you can see the contracts. Many contracts has somehow ambiguity, but they are allowed. Yes, sir.
What about financing a car?
What is you tell me which contract?
The APR is fixed, so the interest rate doesn't.
No, just tell me what is the contract. First, is it lease or buying?
Lease.
Lease.
Yeah.
So you lease a car. Then,
So say for
let's say for £300 a month.
No. Say for example, the car's worth 30 grand.
Okay.
Yeah, over a period of 4 years, you pay 35 grand, and that's within the contract.
But in the contract, are you leasing or buying?
Leasing.
Leasing.
You're giving it back.
Are you giving it back?
Yeah, leasing.
So you are renting the car.
Yes, in a way.
So what's the problem? Why you are?
Additional amount, the 5 grand.
Now you are not buying it. So what? You are not buying it. Does it come to your ownership at the end of the contract? So you are just renting. You're paying £1,000.
What if you have the option to buy at the end?
At the end, it depends. If it's not included at the contract at the beginning, and it's optional there, it's fine. When it becomes haram, when they combine in the same contract, you are leasing it, and at the same time you will own it at the end without having a new contract. So they're combining 2 contracts in 1 contract, and that's why it's haram. But let's say to you, okay, you can rent this car from me. You pay £1,000 a month. I will make my calculation, etc. I will say I will rent it to you 10 years or 3 years. After that, if you don't buy it, I'll give it to you in good price. No problem. We will negotiate this in the future. At the moment, just a car rental contract, which is halal.
I think the system has changed a bit now. The one you're referring to used to be some time back. The process now is there is this car, it's a Mercedes. You have it on a lease. They call it lease, but then behind the scenes, they're actually selling you the car and they guarantee you a price. So they say. Do
they ask you to sign something?
Yeah.
If this is the case, then haram. No, I think they.
At the end of the contract, they give
some companies, even non-Muslims, some people approach me and they showed me the contract is fine. They don't make you sign the contract to buy now. They will give you the option later. The only problem they have late penalty charge in the contract. This is what they have. The rest is fine. They don't have any problem with it. But not all of the companies. Some companies, as you mentioned, not actually underneath. They straight away they tell you sign this and this. Yes, Akhi. Yeah.
Know about non-physical transactions. Like for example, there are now some new companies which promise you that they will train you, give you an online training for various things.
Yeah.
And then they say that okay, for this lifelong support from us, they don't specify what support they're going to give, but they say that for lifelong support, you need to pay this amount of money. If you cannot afford, then you can give it in installments, but then when they charge you for the installments, they increase their price. And sometimes they don't even give the conditions, or that you cannot cancel the contract midway. can cancel the course midway.
Yeah.
And there's no refund, so you have to pay the full amount of money.
Yeah.
What is
Everything is fine except one thing. You said they don't specify the service.
Yeah.
Now this is ambiguity. The rest is fine. They have the right to put a condition you can't cancel the contract. They have the right to say if you want installment, price will be higher. But if the service is specified, then it's fine. If it's not specified, then this is ambiguity.
They don't sometimes tell you right at the beginning that it's not cancelable, that dealing is not cancelable.
This is something to deal with the law, is not with Islamic. Islamic, it doesn't matter. The buyer or seller can put any conditions they want, but Islamically, by the law, I think they have to tell you. But the service, selling the service is permissible as long as you know what are you which type of service you're receiving. Yes, Akhi.
Back to the car rental one. So you
I told you, your car dealer, you're just saying no, yeah. Okay, perfect.
a contract with a rental component and a purchasing component.
Say again, sorry.
A rental part and a purchasing part in the same contract not allowed. But if you have just pure rental contract, but there's a presence of the late fee, does that make the entire contract invalid?
You have pure rental contract?
Yes, but with late penalties.
Yeah, that's it. Late penalty charge is haram. It's halal only in one thing. Late penalty charge is halal in عقد الاستثناء. What's عقد الاستثناء? I am a builder and you got me to build your house. And I said to you, I will charge you 100,000 and you have your house ready January. You said to me, that's fine. With what condition? If you, 1st of January, you don't give me the keys, and every week I will cut 500 from the price. Is this permissible?
Yes.
It's permissible. Why it's permissible? Why it's not riba? Why it is not riba? Not even riba, they agree about it. Huh?
You didn't keep your side of the bargain.
No.
That's not ambiguity.
Huh?
That's not uncertainty.
No.
Inconvenience. Costing you maybe more.
Why is not riba?
It's like,
If you understood the riba, you should answer.
it's like you're getting a discount on the original price.
And you are not very far from the correct answer.
I did because Aimen wanted to build for 1 year, so he took the charge for 1 year, okay?
Yeah? But why is not riba? Because I can claim the same thing. I give you 1,000. I say, listen, January, if you don't bring my money back, it will become 1,100. Is this permissible? Exactly. It's not money for money. It's money for work. Money for work is fine. You remember the type of the commodities and the gold and silver. So when you buy this to, so now you are buying a service. You're paying for a service, and it's permissible to apply penalty charge for this. No, there's no money involved. Not money to money. Now in salam, you know عقد السلام. You know عقد السلام? What's عقد السلام? بيع السلام. بيع السلام, yeah.
The one you mentioned.
Yeah, what is it? I need someone to mention what I mentioned, yeah. It's easy to say the one you mentioned, yeah. But what about you? Can you mention it?
Like the farmer.
What's عقد السلام?
Give me description.
So, yeah, just give me, say whatever you know about عقد السلام.
The description about products and you see
Yeah.
for it as well.
Yeah, exactly. So, how is, give me an example. I just want to,
For example, the farmer.
farmers, what's the farmer does?
The farmer basically describes the crop or harvest.
Yeah?
You see payment for it, but they say it will grow in this amount of time.
Yeah?
And
So what will happen? The farmer will take, let's say, 10,000 pounds and will bring the potato after 6 months. Okay. If the buyer say, if you don't bring in 6 months, then, huh? No, you will, sorry, no. Yeah, if you don't bring it in 6 months, if he says to him, you return my money, that is permissible, cancelling the contract. But if he says to him, instead of 10 tons, it become 11 tons as a penalty charge for you because you didn't fulfill your promise. Is this permissible? Wallahi, this is, if you answer this, I'll be happy. Tonight I'll sleep. No?
Is it yes because it's work? It's like
Just try to understand the question. 10 tons of potato will be delivered to you after 6 months. Okay? You paid me 10,000 pounds. I took the money and I said, Inshallah, in March, before Ramadan, you will get this 10 tons of potato. Okay? So you said to me, listen, if you miss Ramadan, you have to give me 11 tons of potato because of late penalty charge. Why?
نفس الطريقة
فقهاء اختلفوا ها؟
نفس الطريقة اللي بيقولوا ما أعطيك إذا تأخرت عن 1000 خلال الشهر.
You mean it's riba? Do you mean it's riba?
It's money for water.
Huh?
Money for water.
Money for commodity.
This is what I want you to understand, yeah? Is it riba or not riba? Why is not riba? Huh? Ah, okay, now you come to this point. When you say money to money, when we talk about riba, al-buyu'. I told you there's two types, isn't it? Riba diyun, riba al-buyu'. Debt, riba that occurred because of debt, and riba that happened because of transaction. Here, you can claim no money, there is no money to money, so it's not riba. Here, whatever I give you, you give it back the same. If you give me extra with the condition, if you condition it to give you extra, it's riba. It's riba. If I give you this water as a loan, no sir, buying sir, okay, and I put condition to give it to me too, is this riba? Qard now. It's riba. Anything classified as a qard, as a loan, you have to give it back as it is. Don't double it. Don't put extra. So now, when you pay me the 10,000 and I owe you potato, what's the situation of potato now? That tons of potato in terms to you. What does it mean to you? I owe you 10 tons of potato. Is this correct? So it's a debt. It's a debt. It's not money. It's a potato that I owe you potato. You can't increase it for 11. Because now you are involving a riba diyun. You're increasing the debt. Your debt is 10,000 potato. You have to have it or cancel. You can't have extra. But in the situation where they will talk about the builder, it's service for money. There is no debt involved. There's no debt. It's giving you service. You understand it? So that's why we allowed it in this. Yeah.
Sheikh, you know, in the negotiate, let's say in this example of the farmer,
Yeah.
in the negotiation stage, if the buyer says to the farmer, if you don't return 10 tons of potatoes to me in 6 months, you have to return a certain amount of money to me.
No,
Can't do that.
you can't. You either cancel the contract or be patient until he gives you the. You can't because it's a loan. It's allowed. Penalty charge is allowed in service. When you, as I said, the contract, construction, things like this, you are allowed to charge penalty charge. Otherwise, you can't. So betting contracts and gambling contracts, myself.
Excuse me, Sheikh, before you move on to betting,
Yeah.
do you know it's
5 minutes?
generally-
Okay.
It's generally acceptable that, say, 5 years ago, you could buy with £1, you could buy 2 gallons of milk.
Yeah.
But today, £1, you buy just 1 gallon of milk.
Yeah, because of inflation, isn't it?
Money intrinsically loses value with the passage of time.
Every year,
So
yeah.
the loss of value in money and the correlation of that with interest, how is it?
Yeah. This is, wallahi, one of the big issue that is still even the Majma' al-Fiqhi, the Academy of Fiqh, are discussing it. It's an issue of inflation. Now, the stable countries like the UK, for example, usually inflation 2 to 3%, which means that what you buy today for £100, next year, this time, you will buy it for £100 and £3. So there is a normal inflation. In some countries, inflation 7%. In some countries, 50%, like where there's a war, problems like this. At the moment, the common fatwa is, if the inflation goes crazy, goes above the 1/3, then we have to consider the loan according to the gold, the price of the gold, because usually it's stable. But if it's less than 1/3, you just give it back, even with that loss. And usually, if you want to give a loan, give it through gold. You secure yourself, because as you mentioned, currency usually lose its value. But you give gold. Gold usually same price. You know the Prophet ﷺ, when Khuzaymah, I think, bought a sheep for the Prophet ﷺ for 1 dinar, this 1 dinar, the value of 1 dinar, you still can buy a sheep, a small sheep, dinar according to that time. So the gold does not lose its value. It's always keep the value, and this will keep your money. So quickly now, examples of ambiguity. Gambling. Why gambling is haram? Why gambling is haram? Yeah, why? The hikmah, wisdom, why? What's gharar in gambling? So what's gambling? I pay you £10 and you give me a ticket and I might get 100,000, I might get nothing. So why it's haram now? I'm happy to do so. Huh? Exactly. You are not paying for product. You're paying for a chance. And also, this will lead to dispute. This will lead to dispute. So Shara prohibited this. Say, no, you can't do this. So the same with gambling. There are other things. Bitcoins. Do you trade in bitcoins?
No,
Cryptocurrencies?
forex trading.
No, bitcoins. Do you know bitcoins?
Yeah.
If you don't know it, we will just skip it. Less headache for me because it's a long. Okay. Discount cards that are paid for. Now, some shops, they give you discount cards. Tesco give you discount cards, huh? Club card, they call it club card. Huh? Bitcoin. Anyway, cryptocurrencies is currency. It's money. Bitcoins at the beginning, it was full of ambiguity. No one knows who created it. No one knows who's looking after it, supervising, supporting it. People using it for criminals, for drug dealers, issues. Now it's the ambiguity, or maybe most of the ambiguity is removed because now peer-to-peer, but your website is controlling this, not like before. So because it's controllable, it's permissible, inshallah, to deal with, but deal with it as if it's currency. So make sure that when you buy it with money, make sure you're on spot. Don't defer. As simple as this. Other cryptocurrencies, less haram, actually more clearer and closer to the halal than this, like Ethereum or something like this, because they use it for both, for transactions, as a currency, and as transfer and software. So they use it for more than one purpose, which makes it, inshallah, halal. The club cards in Tesco, is it halal? What's the club cards? Come on, man. You all have club cards, don't you? Except maybe me, I don't have it. So when you go and buy, you say, where's your club cards? I say, I don't have. She said, why? I said, I don't make saves. Just forget about me. So you make your payment and you use your club card. So what will happen? You collect points. So what's these points? Is it money? No, it's not money because you cannot use it, isn't it? You will receive discount in the future for this. If you are paying money for this club card, is it permissible? Why? Because money for money, isn't it? With deferred payment, at the moment, you get discount. You are not paying anything. This discount, is it money? What is it then? Milk, it's money. Now, you use your card, okay? After 1 year, you use your club card, your amount is £100, they'll make it £90. You get discount £10. £10, is this money? The £10, is it money? Alhamdulillah. It's money, yeah. Why are you scared? It's money. Why it's not haram? Because you are getting it for free. They're giving you discount. But if at the beginning they will ask you, you have to pay £5 to get club card. Every year or every month, whatever. So they're charging you £5 for £10 or for £20 the discount you get. It's haram, it's money for money. But if they're giving you for free, it's halal. If you don't understand it, as simple as this. Discount cards, if it's free, take it. If it's for money, don't take it. Okay? Clear? Yes. Competitions, yes sir. If the adhan just, you can go ahead. Huh? Yeah.
It's about subscriptions. For example, if I'm renting a service as a subscription and I want to leave it at one point, and both of the parties agree that in case I want to leave, my last payment would be a different amount of money. Why? I don't know, honestly. Maybe both of the parties.
So you decide to leave this month, they will charge you extra?
No, it's just the last payment in order for you to stop the subscription.
And this last payment for a service, isn't it? You still have a service for a month.
Yeah, like maintenance, for example.
That's fine, because you are paying money for service. There is the price up.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Just for the last payment.
It doesn't matter, as long as there is a service for this payment.
Yeah.
The issue now, they raise the price up.
Yeah.
That's it. So it's permissible, no problem. The last thing, which I don't think we can carry on, you know, some competitions, they make it over the phone or SMS. Is it halal? You call the channel or whatever, you start answering the questions. Is it halal to involve in competitions like this? Only if it's free. Or the prices for the calls is the normal price, no extra charge. If there is no extra charge, which means that it's free. If there is any extra charge for the competitions, then it's haram. Why? It's gambling. Why it's gambling? You're paying money and you might get something back, and you might get nothing, except in some issues that is mentioned in the hadith.
Sheikh, you know, I'm not sure if you know about lifetime ISA. It's a question from another brother.
Lifetime?
Lifetime ISA.
What is it?
It's the government basically. So you invest a certain amount of money. You can't touch that money. The government, every year, they'll give you a 25% bonus. They've not mentioned interest here.
Yeah.
They give you a 25% bonus on top of that money. Let's say you invest £5,000, 25%.
So you take this bonus is money, or what's that? What they give you?
It's just extra money.
So let's say you put 100,000, and how much you get every year?
25,000 extra.
Fixed? No, definitely it's haram. You can't have any business that fixed profit. There's no fixed. In Islam, loss and profit sharing is a main principle in business. You have to share the loss and profit. But if they fix the price, give them 100,000 and they give you 25% every year, unless if they say to you at the end, then we sit down and make the calculation, we check if we give you more or less, well, that's fine. Otherwise, you fix the profit, that means there's a problem with the contract. وصلى الله وسلم على محمد وآله وصحبه أجمعين وبارك الله فيكم جزاكم الله خيرا.